Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna. I am Rajarsi Dasa. Welcome to Hare Krishna today. This is a series of study called Evaluation for students aspiring for spiritual initiation. So on our program so far, we have discussed the topic of material nature, discussing how the eternal souls, they've come in contact with this material energy and the constitution of the material energy, the three modes, the material elements, all of that. Then we discussed soul and super soul. We concluded the previous program with Sanatan Dharma, how there are all kinds of religions in this world, but Sanatan Dharma is the eternal religion, the eternal function of all souls. Now the next subject matter we are dealing with, Krishna. Now it's getting to the point, right? Who is Krishna? That's the first question. Describe his qualities by referring to verse chapter 10, text 8 of the Bhagavad Gita. So chapter 10, text 8 of the Bhagavad Gita. So this verse, Krishna says, Aham sarvasya prabhavo mataha sarvam pravartate iti matava bhajante mang bodha bhava samanvitaha. Krishna says, I am the source of all the spiritual and material worlds. Everything. So we are experiencing this material world here. One planet, but there are innumerable planets, innumerable universes in the material world. But then there is the spiritual world, which Krishna describes in the Gita also. In our previous program, there was a hint, Srila Prabhupada, in the introduction. He described the spiritual world as Krishna gives it in the Gita. Na tad bhaseti suryo na shashanko na pavakaha yad gatva na nivartanti tat dham paramamama. Krishna says that supreme abode of mine, it is not illumined by sun and moon and fire and electricity like this world. Krishna said that my supreme abode is self-effulgent, and those who reach it, my supreme abode, tat dham paramam mama, it is my supreme abode. He said those who reach it, they never return to this material world again. So Krishna is establishing himself that I am the source of everything. Now the definition of God given in the Vedas is that he is the origin of everything. That's the definition of God, that he is Janamadi Asyataha, him from whom everything emanates. But in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is making the everything very explicit. We already covered this point that Krishna said to Arjuna. I am telling you everything about this phenomenal world and everything about the source of it. And knowing this, there shall be nothing further to be known. So when Krishna says, I am telling you everything, he's first speaking about everything that comes from him. The material world, earth, water, fire, air, ether. These are the elements that constitute, that makes up everything in this world. Then Krishna describes subtle elements: mind, intelligence, false ego. But then he says, besides this, jiva, conscious beings, spiritual beings, souls. So he says, apara, inferior energy, matter. He says, besides this, apara prakriti, inferior nature, energy, there's a para prakriti, a superior energy of mind. What is that? Jiva bhuta, conscious beings, spirit souls, doing what? Very important to hear from God. Yayedam dharyate jagat, trying to exploit this universe. That's what the souls are doing. Trying to control matter. We have a body made up of matter, and with this body, we're trying to manipulate, control, and exploit matter. So Krishna says, the souls are trying to be God away from God. Yes, in ignorance, we turn away from God, and now we come here and we're trying to establish our kingdom away from God. This is illusion, illusory. This is like little children. Srila Prabhupada give this example. A little child would think, why is it that every day my mother, mommy alone cooking every day, why is it she alone has to cook? I want to cook also. So hearing the intentions of the child, the mother gets a little kitchen set, a little toy set, and the little child gets busy. I am cooking also. I am cooking also. Child gets caught up in its world thinking I am cooking. But that cooking of the child doesn't fulfill the desire or satisfy the hunger of the child. That's what all the rebellious souls are cooking up in this world. We are cooking up all kinds of things, accumulating this, establishing this relationship, establishing this kingdom, this security, this position, all types of things under the dictation of Maya. As I said in our previous program, Maya is so good that she induces us to carry unnecessary baggage, unnecessary load, making us think it is ours. Yes, she sticks us up with all kinds of designations and titles and aspirations. So we're carrying a whole bunch of unnecessary baggage. Avidya karma samgyanya, ignorance and hard struggle for existence. All this is going on away from Krishna. So when Krishna speaks about, I am the source of all, everything, aham sarvasya prabhavo, I am the source of everything material, everything spiritual, everything emanates from me. And then he says, the wise, who knows this perfectly, engages in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. He says, Buddha bhava samanvitaha. Buddha means those who are wise. The persons who know the source of everything. Who is that person? Who is the source of all the elements and all the souls? Now, how would you know that? You have to hear from God. He says, aham sarvasya prabhavo, the souls, where the souls come from. He says, mama ivangsha jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatan. All the souls in this world, they are mama eva angsa, they belong to me. They're sanatan, they're eternal. In ignorance, we don't have a clue about what we really are. We don't even know that we are sanatan, that we are eternal. In ignorance, we're thinking we are a temporary body. We're identifying with other temporary bodies. And they are like unnecessary baggage. These designations, this body belongs to me, this body belongs to me, this body is connected to mine. And when death comes, then that load, that burden, we think it is mine. The body dies, is finished, and then I lament. We are set up by Maya in the world of illusion. So to understand the reality of existence, we have to hear Shabda Brahman, spiritual sound, vibration. When we hear the spiritual knowledge coming from the Lord, then it wakes us up to the reality. Otherwise, this illusory world with all the bodies and so on, these bodies are just like bubbles in the ocean. Millions of bubbles in the ocean, and they're being popped at every moment, and insignificant. So innumerable souls and bodies are like bubbles, they're being popped every moment. But under the spell of Maya or illusion, I am so strongly attached, my kith and kin, my body, my relative. And Maya sets us up with such a powerful illusion that the most devastating thing we experience in life is the separation of a very dear one. But then when you think about it, you are an eternal soul. Who belongs to you? Who is your child? Who is your father? Who is your mother? Janames, janames, sabe pita mata pai. Janam after janam, birth after birth, souls are taking bodies, getting dog and cat, mother and father, all kinds of species. But now the soul under the spell of Maya is thinking, I am being taken away. Someone took away my possessions. So when the soul is under the spell of Maya, this is the formula. This is the recipe for all suffering. So that's why the Vedas is saying, Utishta Jagrata Prapya Varani Bodhata. Please wake up. We're in a great nightmare under the spell of Maya. The souls are sleeping and we are undergoing a nightmare in this world. Like in your dream, you're being chased by a tiger and you're trying to throw a stone at the tiger and you're trying to throw a branch at the tiger, but tiger is pursuing you, and in your dream you're trying to run faster. But if you just wake up, no more tiger. So this waking up of the soul out of this Maya, Krishna says, Daivihiyesha gunamai mama maya duratyaya. That my Maya, this illusion, duratyaya, it is very difficult to overcome. Yes. This spell, all the souls in this world, Krishna says, Mohitang nabi janati, the whole world is deluded by the spell of Maya and they do not know me. In ignorance, the soul don't know who is God. So, Krishna is giving information about himself. I am the source of everything material and everything spiritual. Spiritual world, spirit souls, everything. He's saying, I am the source of everything. So the wise, the person who knows this is described as Buddha, as wise. People who don't know this, they're not wise. They're otherwise. They're mudha, foolish. Naradhama, lowest among mankind. Maya Paharita Gyan, all their intellectuals, all their so-called learning is stolen by illusion. Asur Bhav, they possess demoniac propensity, demoniac nature. That's why God won't reveal himself to them. He says, Naham prakasha sarvasya yogamaya samavritaha mudhoyam na abhijanati mamebhya paramavyam. I am never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. To them, I remain covered by my yogamaya potency. You're deluded, you think this one is God, that one is God, the other one. All millions of servants of God, but you want some bread, you're hungry, you're so less intelligent. This is all you want? So kama ista hrita jnana. Because of kam, because of lust, prapadyante niya devata, you surrender to some devata. Give me bread, give me this, give me that. So as long as people are caught up in this illusory consciousness, God will not manifest to them. Bahunam janmanam ante, after bahu janam, when people after many births by all types of religiosity, gradually, when they become enlightened, jnanavan, when they are full of knowledge, Krishna said, at that point, you will know me, Vasudeva Sarvamiti. You will know me to be everything. Samahatma Sudurlabha. Such great souls are very rare. Such great souls who actually know God to be the source of everything. All material elements, all souls, everything. Bodha Bhava Samanvitaha. They worship me with all their heart. Mamekam Sharanam Braja. Krishna say, me only. Mam ekam. Ek mean one. You don't have to really be a rocket scientist to understand Bhagavad Gita. All that is required, Krishna say, is some sincerity, submission, to submit to God. And he says, I'll give you the understanding. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam. You devoted to serving me with priti, with love. Dadami bodhi. I'll give you the intelligence. I'll give you the understanding. To show them special mercy. I, dwelling within the heart, I'll destroy. Jnana deepena bhashvataha. I'll destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge all the darkness born of ignorance. So Bhagavad Gita is Raja Vidya, the king of all education. Raja Guhyam. It is the most confidential, the greatest secret of all secrets. Pratyaksha Bhagamam. Pratyaksha. It gives direct perception by realization. So this is the first point. Who is Krishna? Describe his qualities by referring to the verse 10:8 of the Bhagavad Gita. Of course, that's just part of the question. The other part is explain why he is called Ishvara, Purusha, Bhagavan, and Adi Dev. Very important. So God is called Ishvara, controller. But we controllers also, not so? Yeah, everybody, we are all trying to control in this world. We're controlling to some degree. And there are millions of devatas, Krishna's energies, empowered servants, and they're controlling also. Somebody's controlling rain, somebody is controlling wind, somebody is controlling the moon. Millions of gods, they're controlling different aspects of nature. But Krishna is not one of these controllers. Kunti Devi said, Namashi Purusham Tvadyam Ishwaram Prakriti Param. He is not just one of the controllers, the Ishwaras of this world, but he is the Param Ishwar. Param means supreme controller. That's Krishna. He is the Param Ishwara, not just Ishwara. We are all Ishwara. Millions of devatas, they Ishwara. But Kunti Devi is describing Krishna. Namashe Purusham Tvadyam Ishwaram Prakriti Param Alaksham Sarvabhutanam Antarbahiravastitam. He is inside and he is outside of everything. That Krishna, that Parameshwara, Supreme Controller. Purusha. Why is he Purusha? Purusha is person, Purusha is enjoyer. We're trying to be Purushas also in this world. Yes, Krishna says, Purusha Prakritis Tohi. We, the souls, are situated in this Prakriti, in this matter, this material nature. Are we trying to enjoy this matter? But he is the supreme person. He's not person like us with a material form. Brahma described Krishna's form. Ishvaraha Paramaha Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. Ishvara Paramaha Krishna, Brahma says. Krishna is the Param Ishvara, and his Vigraha, his form, is Sachit Ananda, eternal, full of knowledge and full of bliss. Anadir, Adir Govinda. That Govinda, he is Anadir. He has no origin. He doesn't come from anything. But Adir, he is the origin of everything. He is Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes. Everything has some cause. We come from someone. We come from our parents. Our parents come from their parents, and you can trace back and track back. But Krishna is the cause of all causes. This is Krishna's position. So when we say he is Purusha, he is the supreme enjoyer. We already said before that we are all trying to enjoy, but our attempt to enjoy is like the hands trying to enjoy independent from the body. The hands decide, look, we're not going to feed mouth only eating. We're going to enjoy the food ourselves. So the two hands decide to enjoy the food separate. No feeding of the stomach, but useless business. This is Maya. This is illusion. When the souls think, I can be happy away from God. What happened? Bhayam dvitiya biniveshatasya. Bhaya. Immediately we become very, very fearful because we have turned away from our shelter, from our security. And then there is Maya waiting. And Maya sets us up. Yes, I'll give you shelter. I'll give you security. I'll make you a boss. I'll make you the enjoyer. And Maya sets us up. And then death comes, kicks us out. And then she has us again. Oh, try this one. Try this time. Yeah, make a little better effort in this one. And lifetime after lifetime, 8,400,000 species, Maya has us on the run. And if we get a human form with developed intellect and we remain idiots and fools like hogs and dogs running about just for something to eat, just for some sex, just for some place to sleep, then Lord Rishabhadev said, what credit you can give a human being for that? That is Vidbhujas, the stool eaters' business. But human beings, tapo divyam, perform divine austerity for shuddhit, for cleansing the consciousness. Brahma sukha, to get spiritual happiness. Not the bodily temporary pleasure that the dogs and hogs are running after. No, Brahma sukha to ananta. Spiritual happiness that is ananta. Ananta means unending, without end. Eternal pleasure. That is what we are meant to aspire for as human beings. So Krishna is called Purusha. He's called Purushottama, the supreme person. And he says, Yomam evam samudho janati Purushottamam sa sarva vid bhajati mam sarva bhavena bharata. Anyone who knows me as the supreme person without doubting, undiluted, such persons they are the knowers of everything. Sa sarvavit bhajati mang. He is the knower of everything. Sarva Ved, he knows all, the conclusion of the Vedas. Sarva Ved. So therefore, that person, bhajati man, he worships me with all his heart. So that is Krishna's position. So, Purusha, Bhagavan. Why is Krishna called Bhagavan? Bhagavan literally means he's the possessor of all opulences. He has Sad Aishwarya Purna. He has all wealth, all beauty, all knowledge, all strength, all renunciation. He has everything to the unlimited degree, and that he displayed when he was on the earth planet 5,000 years ago. Lifting up Govardhan Hill, doing this, doing that. Last point, Adi Dev. Why is he called Adi Dev? Adi means the original, Deva means God. Krishna is Adi Dev. He's the original God, because there are many, many millions of gods in this world. But Krishna is Deva Deva Jagatpati. He is the Lord of all the gods. So Krishna is described Adi Devam Ajam Vibhum. Yes. He is the Adi Dev, the original supreme God. So we need to understand God in truth, and the result, we'll no longer have to take birth in this world again. So we have concluded the first point in the subject matter of Krishna. Describe him according to chapter 10 verse 8, and these names Ishvara, Purusha, Bhagavan and Adi Dev. So we continue the subject matter of Krishna in our next program. I'm Rajarsi Dasa saying Hare Krishna, and do join us again next week for a continuing presentation.